I was a very curious kid. I just wanted to know everything. And when I learned about the nature around me at this camp, I became deeply empathetic towards the environment, and it became like not even a question of like, do we save the environment? It's like, how can we?
And I think the first thing I did was maple sugaring. We had the sugar shack, and that was the start of my experience here. And after that, I was kind of fell in love with it.
I'm in awe of all that these kids learn out here, and that they're amazing teachers. We moved across country about 2 years ago, the beginning of the pandemic, to be closer to my husband's family and to be on the East Coast. And we found ourselves up here in New Hampshire. My upbringing and my preschool upbringing was in a very traditional school that was actually at a church. So when I had heard of these outdoor-based programs, I was really hesitant. Like, you know, this is their classroom. We're sitting in their classroom right here. This is very new to me. Something Harper is pretty famous for in her school days here at school, and her teachers talk about it, and I just think it is so her, is she likes to make soups. She likes to just collect stuff, make soup in a pot in the kitchen over there, and her teachers just think it's the funniest thing. She'll make soups out of snow, out of mud, and she continues to do it all summer long at home at the beach. It's just so fun. She wouldn't be doing this at any other school, and I am so happy we made the decision to send Harper to Prescott. She is such an amazing little spirit animal of just nature. She has all these amazing friends she's met here at Prescott, and when we see them even at the beach in the summer, they have such a connection, and it's just magical to watch her. One of the things as a parent that I've cherished from our experience here at Prescott is the relationships with the teachers, with the staff, and with the little kids and Harper's classmates. I get hugs from her friends at school, and I also relationships with the parents, and it's such a community, and it feels so warm and inviting, and I'm just so happy to be part of Prescott Farm and Fledglings, and look forward to our next 2 years here.
I'm part of Belknap Tree. I'm on their tree division, so I knew nothing about maple sugaring like at all. And I was like, yeah, I'll help and get the firewood and collect the sap off the trees and stuff. And I think his name was Russ. Very, very intelligent and very educational. Like anyone would ask questions, and it was like, wow. In those 3 weeks that we were doing it, I learned so much information about it, and just it makes you want to come back the next year and try it. It was fun too. Walking the trails, getting the syrup. You meet a lot of nice people. And again, you ask those questions like, how come you volunteer? Why do you volunteer? And you guys all just share your stories and stuff. So it was actually enjoyable on a 5-degree day to see a fire being built to make maple syrup. There was people from, I think, 20 years old. I think there was even an 18, 19-year-old to 60, 70, I will say. And we all got along like we were all, like, I'd say like a little big Sugar Shack family. Like it wasn't like, whose job was this, what's your stature in the community compared to there. It was just, let's all get together, do the same job, make this maple syrup, and show the people walking through what we do here. Are you smiling at the camera?
Next year you can do the maple sugar. Yes, you can. You can come on the tour and taste that as maple sugar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just want her to learn that, giving back in a community, one that, a place like this, it thrives off having volunteers, and without that, it wouldn't be what it is. I can show her that, hey, Dad went and did this, and that. I was here 10 years ago, and now you are. It gives them a different humble and gratitudeness, being outside and for the land. Plus, we have native roots, so I think that's something that she can learn.
I took an environmental science class, like my first one, last semester, and I actually ended up doing a project in that class about my experience at this camp. And that kind of like inspired me like to come back and just kind of see what the program is like and see what it's like to be on the other side, and to kind of help give the experience I had to other kids. When I was a camper, we used to have Thursday ponding day, and that was like by far my favorite. So that was kind of an activity that you could really do whenever at this place, because you know, you see animals, you see life, you see nature everywhere. So I just loved learning about all the different kinds of animals and plants and funguses. And as a counselor, it's one of my favorite things to do is to share that with other curious kids. Kids might come into camp not quite so interested in you know, the science and the nature, and kind of like learn that like asking questions can be like fun and rewarding. And as a counselor, I really encourage questions. And as a kid who annoyed everyone in my life with my million questions, I love to see it from the kids. So that's been a fun part. There was this poem that, or I think his quote, I think it's George Eliot, that also inspired me, and it was, we never could have loved the earth so much if we had no childhood in it. And that was exactly true for me. Like, learning about the earth was my childhood, and that's why I think it should be, I think every kid should learn about their local ecosystem. I think that's just extremely powerful yet also overlooked.